Before we get started, please go over to Amazon.com and grab a copy of my book, Education and Justice. If you have an African-American son in public school, you need this book because I teach you the many ways that public schools mistreat African-American boys and what you can do to help your son. So go over there and get your copy immediately. I have a suggestion, right? I have a suggestion that we can, that we should use, another corporation that we should use to replace Walmart, because Walmart, again, I just don't see how you can play both sides like that. You know, put a little money aside for this or that blight cause and then use that to say, hey, we're with you, but then supporting the very party that is strongly against us. So what is this other party? Pardon me, what is this other corporation that I'm talking about? Costco. Costco is a very large retailer like Walmart, has many, many stores around the country, and it is truly, truly committed to racial and social justice. I recommend Costco. All right, now let me show you what I mean. Here is Costco's political contributions from 2016 to 2024. So this past election, Costco gave a whole lot more money toward the Biden-Harris, Kamala Harris campaign. And then in the midterm 2022, Costco gave more toward, again, racial justice in that election as well. And then the same in 2020, a whole lot more money toward the party that tends to protect racial justice and advocate racial justice. And it did the same in 2018 and the same in 2016. So Costco puts its money where its mouth and heart are. In fact, the Bible says, where a man's treasure is, you'll find that man's heart. So the board members of Costco are showing where their heart really is by where they put their money. They're not investing money with the anti-Black crowd. And for that, I think we should reward them with our money. We should support them. And simultaneously, we should make Walmart feel our displeasure with them for supporting the party that is anti-Black and for dropping their DEI programs. We should make them feel that so that when MAGA comes calling, they'll think about, well, hold on. We need black dollars. We need black dollars. And black people are conscious. They're woke. They're woke. They're wide awoke. Okay? So they will stop spending with corporations that do not truly support their efforts. So we're not going to drop our DEI program, and we're not going to support the party that is anti-Black. That's the message we got to get across to these corporations. And we know a lot of us, over the years have shopped with Walmart. Everything is so convenient. You can get your tire changed and get some McDonald's, buy some clothes, some washing detergent, groceries, all that in the same place. We understand the convenience of that. And their stuff tends to be affordable. Well, the same is true with Costco. The same is true with Costco. And so we need to let Costco know that we appreciate what they're doing. So here it is, Costco. Go, there's a small membership fee. Go become a member and start patronizing Costco. Take your business to the corporation that shows it's in your corner. Let's use our dollar strategically, because we're talking about $1.7 trillion. That's a lot of money. So reward Costco for standing with us. Now, I want to read you an article to show you how Costco responded when MAGA pressured it to drop its DEI programs. Just like Trump said in a recent speech, they're going to use their means to pressure companies, not only companies, but the government and private companies, to get rid of DEI programs. We saw how Walmart responded. They caved to the pressure and they completely did away with their DEI programs. Costco did the very opposite. Let me show you in this article. This is by Script News. As many companies are cutting back or ending diversity initiatives, Costco's Board of Trustees is pushing back on efforts to end the company's DEI programs. The board urged its shareholders to vote against a proposal submitted by the National Center for Public Policy Research that called on Costco to eliminate DEI programs. Now, I don't know a lot about the National Center for Public Policy Research. It sounds real fancy and so forth. But apparently it is, trying to get companies to stop their DEI programs. It's probably affiliated with MAGA. I don't know that to be the case, but one can safely assume that, So why else would they be trying to pressure the companies to get rid of DEI? So I don't know that they are associated with MAGA, but you would be safe to assume so. The group claims, this National Center for Public Policy Research claims that DEI programs are discriminatory and put the company at financial risk. It is not true. DEI programs do not discriminate against whites, Asians, or anyone else. It is simply trying to hire the people that walk through their doors and buy their products, the people who keep their company alive and profitable. That's all that is. I mean, it's as if MAGA doesn't want blacks to have anything. No jobs or nothing else. Now, we know they say, well, all this should be based on merit. I mean, my Lord. The same group of folks over 400 years that enslaved blacks for 250-something years. If you're talking about merit, as I said in a previous video, if we're really going to be about merit, then give us the money you stole from us for 250 years, because we earned that money. And then give us the money that you stole from us for during the Jim Crow era, through sharecropping, through convict leasing, because we earned that money as well. If we're really going to be about merit, this is no meritocracy. This country's never been a meritocracy. So, just ensuring that African Americans get a fair chance, a fair shot at being considered for jobs or contracting is not discriminatory. And this has nothing to do, I know they cite the case, the affirmative action case. This has nothing to do with education. This is not about the government. This is a private corporation. A private corporation. This is not a school. This is not admissions. This is about, again, trying to help marginalized communities, none of which have been so marginalized as blacks. Article goes on to say, this research center said, quote, "It's clear that DEI holds litigation, reputational, and financial risks to the company, and therefore financial risks to shareholders," close quote. The National Center for Public Research wrote in its letter of support. So this is what they tried to use, saying this, to basically intimidate and scare Costco into dropping all of its DEI programs. But here's Costco's response. In response, Costco's Board of Trustees voted unanimously to urge shareholders to decline the proposal. Shareholders will have their say on January 23. So come January 23, the shareholders of Costco will make the final decision of whether they're going to go along with the board of trustees who have suggested that they completely outright reject this research company's suggestion that they drop their DEI programs. And here's what they said. We believe, quote, we believe that these efforts enhance our capacity to attract and retain employees who will help our business succeed. This capacity is critical because we owe our success to our now over 300,000 employees around the globe. 300,000 employees, and they're saying that some of those employees are African Americans and other groups of people who have made the company profitable. And they says, we're going to continue to do that. The National Center for Public Policy Research said the Supreme Court decision reached in 2023 in SFFA, Students for Fair Admissions, Edward Blum, that crowd, versus Harvard, indicated that companies' DEI programs could potentially be illegal. The Supreme Court ruled that affirmative action policies by colleges violated the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. And I can't tell you how, frustrating it is to know that these people, with the help of 6 conservative Supreme Court justices, used the 14th Amendment to say that it's unconstitutional to help the race of people who've been so marginalized for 400 years. It's a violation of the very 14th Amendment that was entered to protect African Americans. Now are using that amendment to hurt African Americans. As a civil rights attorney, that just turns me on my head, quite frankly. Costco's board countered that the group was incorrect on its belief that the company's DEI policies violate the law. So they're standing their ground. And so Costco said in response, quote, we believe that our diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts are legally appropriate. So they're countering the argument that it's illegal to have DEI programs. And nothing in the proposal demonstrates otherwise. As part of our obeying the law, all decisions regarding recruiting, hiring, promotion, assignment, training, termination, and other terms and conditions of employment will be made without unlawful discrimination on the basis of race, color, national origin, ancestry, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, religion, age, pregnancy, disability, work-related injury, covered military or veteran status, political ideology or expression, genetic information, marital status, or other protected status, Costco's board said in response. Now, let me very quickly, because I know some of you are going to say, right there where it says, where they said sexual orientation, sex, gender identity, or expression. So what Costco's really doing here is just trying to protect the LGBTQ plus community, and it's not really interested in racial equality. Well, let me tell you why you're wrong on the law. Here's why you're wrong on the law. And here's why you're wrong on your assumption. The fact that corporations cannot discriminate against people based on their sex or sexual orientation is based on an opinion that a Trump-appointed Supreme Court justice wrote, along with other Trump-appointed justices who agree that a person should not be discriminated against in employment because the person is gay, lesbian, transgender, queer. That is what the United States Supreme Court said, and the opinion, again, come closely. The opinion was written by a conservative justice who Trump appointed to the court, Neil Gorsuch. And that case is still good law, meaning it has not been overturned. So Costco is absolutely right when it says that it cannot discriminate against someone because they are a member of the LGBTQ plus community. That's not me saying that. That's not Costco saying that. That is SCOTUS. All right, so if you got a problem with that, take it up with the conservatives on the United States Supreme Court. But the greater point that I'm making is this corporation has taken a stance to keep its DEI program to benefit whatever qualified person walks through the door and needs a job. And it doesn't contradict that stance by giving money to the party that is anti-black, anti-civil rights. That would be the GOP. So again, I think we should go with Costco. Costco is not showing duplicity here by saying one thing on one hand, doing another thing on the other hand. Costco is consistent with what it's doing and with where it's putting its money. And it is a very large retail store, plenty of locations all over the country. We have several here in our area, and we had been doing business with Costco for many years. We let our membership lapse, but here recently, when I learned what happened with Costco when they got this letter, I said, I am re-upping, I am reactivating my membership and with Costco. And that is the company that we're going to do our business with going forward. Walmart will not get our money just to hand it over to the party that's anti-black. Makes no sense. I will say this as I end this. Don't confuse boycotting with voting the couch. Boycotting is appropriate in this context, this business context. But under no circumstances should you vote the couch and let other people make decisions for you. We need to make our own voting choices and not let MAGA and other communities make choices for us that impact us. That's what happened in 2016, and it's what happened in 2024. Now we got to deal with the choices of other people, some of whom are extremely hostile toward us. All right, I am civil rights attorney and Reverend Augustus Corbett. Thank you for listening to this video. Until the next time, peace and go Costco.